We're recording. Okay. Drew.
Oh my God.
What kind of edibles did you make for the first time?
I made the butter. So I made the butter for the first time. And I made sugar cookies, like a sugar cookie bar with it, like Funfetti cake bars. And oh my God. So first off, it is the longest process I've ever endured in my life. Okay, so you have to cook the weed, and then you have to grind it, and then you have to like top simmer it. You can't let it boil, but you have to let it sit at a temperature that's boiling. So you have to continuously stir it for over 2 hours.
Ooh.
I sat at my stove in my kitchen for over 2 hours stirring this thing.
That's crazy.
Made it like normal, let it sit for an hour, and then just threw it in like I normally would with the cookies and everything.
Yeah.
I tried the first one, and I was doing good, and then and edibles take a while to hit. Yeah. It was about 45 minutes, and I started feeling it, and I was like, all right. It was like I ate a whole cookie because I didn't. I was just like I ate a whole bar. I was like, this looks like a good amount. I have no idea, so we're just gonna try it out.
Oh shit!
I almost called an ambulance. I was so scared.
Oh my God!
Did you seriously? I think we're dead.
Ooh, that's
Did you
awesome.
actually almost? I think we're dead. Have you seen that video?
Yes,
you almost fucking did that. God damn, Eugene, have you seen that?
I have not seen the video.
It's some cops took some edibles. And they called 911, and legitimately words. It's like, I think we're dead. I think we're dead.
I could not even begin to describe how I was feeling. I thought I was going to throw up a lot. Like it felt like I was too drunk for a while. And then so I laid down and I was just sitting there like, I should call my mom. Mom will know what
in
to
space.
Do. I was like,
Mom,
okay.
I'm stoned. Help.
I just started getting I never get paranoid when I smoke. I started getting really paranoid. I thought that like I don't even know what I was thinking at that point. It was just like I'm not going out of this. And then when I started coming down, I've never been more relieved by anything in my life. It was just terrifying. But I did a fantastic job, may I just say myself. But
that's awesome.
Yeah,
you
it was incredible. Left? I do not. I have to make more. But when I do, I'll hook you up.
Yeah, what the fuck?
I gave one to my coworker and I told him the story about what happened. I was like, hey, dude, just so you know, like, try half first. This is what happened to me.
Yeah.
He's a dude. He's like super built and everything. So he thought that, like, okay, Drew, he's whatever I'm just going to do. Yeah. No, he texted me
Such
earlier.
A dude.
And I missed him and for him and my other coworker. And he texted our group chat and he's like, Drew, I think Drew's trying to kill us. And I literally told you what happened. I literally told you that I almost called an ambulance because I was high, and you still thought that it was a good idea to eat an entire cookie.
It's fucking crazy. Like the few times, which shows how many times I overdose on fucking edibles, that I've done it every single time I thought I was gonna die. Every single goddamn time.
It's so funny.
It's ridiculous. Like, fuck, you guys. Oh yeah, you guys didn't come to my Halloween party, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't remember. You know why? Because I was super fucking high and I quarantined myself to my bed while the whole party was going on. I ended up, it was so bad. It was weird because I was lucid, but I couldn't move. Like my mind and everything, like I was cognizant of everything going on. I was talking normal, but my body wouldn't cooperate and it wouldn't move. My fucking legs felt like they melted into my mattress. It was fucked up. I could not move my legs at all. I sat there for like 4 hours. I missed pretty much my entire party because I was in the bed and I couldn't move out of the fucking bed. It was fucked up.
I know.
It's ridiculous. It was ridiculous. But it's fun though. But it's weird though, because every time I OD, that's what I go back. That's how I know I'm ODing, because I'm thinking, I'm gonna die right now. I'm gonna die. I can feel my heart fucking palpitating right now. What if I skip a beat? What if I die? The one time I got so high, and it was funny because Kat was on the other side of the couch, and I got super high, and I actually thought now mind you, she's sitting on the other side of the couch. The thought that I had going through my head was if I died right now, nobody's going to find me for at least a week. Like, it was like, what? And I got super paranoid. I thought she was making fun of me and laughing at me and shit. I got angry.
To be fair, she probably was.
And you know what? She was. But yeah, then I couldn't sit still. I couldn't focus on anything because I was having like sensory overload. It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous.
So a good time had by all.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, once you go down, once you finally like go down and sober up, it's the best feeling in the world. But once you hit that peak, you literally think you're gonna die.
Worst experience I've ever had with an edible. Like you've told me like your issues with edibles before, and Kat has told me your issues with edibles before.
Yeah.
I've never had a bad experience though. Like I've always been like, are you kidding me? I just feel myself melt. And then like, that's it usually. No, this time I was like, I'm going to throw up. I'm going to die. Oh my God. And then I could feel
you can feel, yeah. And you're having a whole conversation with yourself in your head. It's fucking crazy.
Is it going to be okay? I'm definitely not okay right now. Like, it's just it was terrifying. So then I was just like, when I was coming down, I was like, okay, I'm going to make it. But it was a close call.
The only thing that kept me like sane was the fact that I'm like, all right, nobody's died from ODing on edibles. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to be good. What?
That's actually not true.
Come on. Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me.
Got him.
Because I always push that envelope.
You can't overdose from like smoking, obviously, but like you actually can overdose on edibles.
No shit.
Yeah, because when it first became legal, there's people that bought the gummies, and then they used them as their munchies. So they had
what the fuck?
No,
it was a ridiculous. Well, I almost did that. Micah stopped me because I was just like, "Ooh, cookies!" Like a fucking idiot.
Who baked these? These are fantastic. Oh, great.
Compliments to the chef, am I right? Like, yeah.
Oh, it tastes like there's weed in this.
Earthy, very earthy.
Hey guys, it's Eugene. Welcome to another episode of The Temp. Nope. Guess what? Big surprise. Finally, we've decided on a new logo, a new title, a new name for the podcast. We're now going to be known as Terror 51. That's right. So we kept the terror from the Terror Trio, but we changed the number from 3 to 51. Why? You're going to have to ask us. Now, did you guys catch that? Did you guys catch that voice? So I told you guys we're going to have a surprise guest on. Not only is she a surprise guest, but she's back. Horror Delilah is back. She is here. Terror 51 has got Horror Delilah back. Baby sis.
The genuine joy in your voice is making me so happy right now.
I missed you so much.
All it took was a complete rebranding.
That's all it took. We should have done this shit months ago. But yeah, well, so we got Horror Delilah back, which I'm super stoked about and super excited about. And also another special guest, we got producer Pat on here, also known as the White IT guy on the other podcast that I do, Geeks at Lift. Cheap plug. So what's going on, guys?
Hey, just being quarantined and shit.
I know. I hate it. This is crazy. So we're doing it. If the audio sounds a little off, it's because we're doing it all remotely. Producer Pat, PP, is down on the West Coast.
Please don't call him. Please no.
I gave myself the name Horror Delilah.
Nope.
Oh, do you know how many fucking names I vetoed for me on this show?
So we got Double P. How about Double P?
That's better than that one.
You
already have a name for me. We don't need another. Don't confuse everybody.
All right, so we got producer Pat over on the West Coast. We got Horror Delilah quarantined at home. And you can't see her on video, but she has a couple bottles of wine in the background. So she might be imbibing on that. She got a cool...
She switched She switched positions earlier. She was in front of an entire liquor cabinet for a bit there.
She was. Now she's pretending that she's drinking water. There's probably vodka in there.
It is not.
I mean,
it's quack.
I have no idea what that would mean.
Miss Pat's bottle of Tito's and his.
Tito's and Mountain Dew.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's Mountain Dew. It's Code Red.
Sure.
Coincidentally, I can't find voltage in this entire fucking state.
Really?
So
No shit.
yeah, I think that's probably my favorite soda, and I cannot find voltage anywhere. I think I found it in like a Witch or something like that.
I thought
But I cannot find it.
I thought the big like high caffeine cola was Jolt in the West Coast.
I mean, it might be, but just like voltage, like it's just non-existent. Code Red's here, regular Mountain Dew's here, but no voltage.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So while we're
We don't.
that's what happens. That's what happens.
Again, it's 73 degrees here right now.
Shut up, Pat.
It's sunny. It's really nice. Probably gonna take the top off on the Jeep later and just drive around.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because there's
Just
a 3-hour difference. Because it's almost 9 o'clock here. So what? It's only almost 6 o'clock there.
Almost 6. Not gonna be dark for another 2 hours.
That's insane. That's insane. So I don't.
Yeah.
You know what? It's weird. We're doing a podcast right now, and I'm kind of lost for words. Only because I'm so happy that Horror Delilah's here, and I get to see her pretty face right here. I mean, it's on a tiny little screen, but I can still see her. But oh god, this is So she's gonna be winging it today. Pat's gonna be winging it today. I'm kind of gonna be winging it also. Where today's subject is, we're basically going to talk about what we've been taking in, what we've been watching, what we've been playing during quarantine, anything that's horror related. So movies, video games, TV shows, shit like that. There's no news, obviously, because with everything going on, everything is at a standstill right now. But I don't know. Who wants to start it off? Horror Delilah? Wanna take the reins?
You're getting closer and closer to the camera.
Am I?
Yeah. Literally every word you were like inching forward a little more.
Pretty soon I'd be like real close like this.
Yeah, you're old man face cam right now so hard right now. It was just
At least I'm not like this. Like, hey, can you see me? Can you see me? All right.
Coincidentally, you can show off the beard there, the corn
big
beard.
Quarantine beard. Look at that.
Speaking of quarantine horror.
I know. You know what? It's weird. Like wasn't it a couple of weeks ago that the CDC suggested that everybody, if they have a beard, to fucking shave it off?
Oh, that's not a suggestion. If you're wearing a mask, the mask will straight up not work. Like I could have told you that with the chemical warfare stuff.
Oh.
That's the reason why the army actually shaves.
Oh, okay.
It's not just for professionalism's sake. Oh, that's definitely part of it. It's because if you put your mask on, you can't get a seal if you have any facial hair.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So if you're wearing a mask and you have anything that's blocking it, it doesn't work.
Okay. I thought it was just honestly, I just thought that the Rona just gets stuck in your beard, and that's how you
it
can
also
catch it.
is that too for sanitary purposes.
Yeah.
But if you're going to wear a mask, that too. That being said, anybody who's watching this, we are not medical professionals.
Not at all.
So you should investigate all of that on your own, and not just from us, but everybody. You go to the CDC. We'll link it down below.
Yeah.
Please don't do that.
Yeah, don't. It's like you're drunk, but you're drunk on Mountain Dew.
You know I'm not drinking Mountain Dew, eh?
Oh. It looks like you're drinking you know what is that fucking red light in your gamer room that you got
It's
going on there?
not just red light. It actually
red.
is red. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's Deep Eddy's cranberry.
Oh, Deep Eddy's.
I like Deep Eddy's cranberry if you mix it with Sprite.
Anybody
it's like
that
the
I know
one
that's
good
ever,
cheap vodka that I like.
Anybody that I know that's ever drank Deep Eddy's have always puked.
I mean,
Well,
how much of it are you drinking?
A lot.
You know, this is what I normally drank when I was still there and you recorded, eh?
Oh. Don't you drink to get drunk though? Like I don't see a reason to drink unless it is to get drunk.
I'd get buzzed, but not like fucking slammered.
No. Not like fucking just ridiculous drunk, but you know.
The way that I pour these, like 3 of these and I'll be doing pretty good.
Oh.
Two will even get me there because it's still a pretty significant amount. And also, it actually does give me a hangover though, because it's not quite as nice. I think it's the sweetness, but I'll feel it a little bit tomorrow and probably tonight whatever. I haven't eaten today either. No, I did eat today.
You're gonna be hungover tomorrow.
Yeah, I was now.
Where'd Drew go? Oh, okay. I
She's
see your
popping
profile
in.
picture. She's
Anyway.
popping in and out.
We should probably is there any other updates that we want to fucking plug here?
No, I think that's about it. I mean, we got the new name, Terror 51, people. Terror 51. We should be having our logo soon.
By the time that this episode comes up, I will have done it. That's me forcing myself to do it.
Oh shit.
Because I said so. So now I can't go back on that.
Awesome.
That's my plan. I'm totally gonna figure out a way to go back on that. But no, it shouldn't be that hard of a switch anyway. But everything should be updated by the time that this goes up.
Cool.
The emails will for right now stay the same.
Yeah, that's fine. All right. So then at the end of this, we'll talk about it at the end of this. All right, let's get into it. Drew, what have you been watching?
Oh my God, so much stuff. Like I'm trying to here. It's been like a lot of repeats of stuff because I was actually out for 2 weeks from work. I work in biotech, so my company's still going, but I was out because I had cold symptoms, and no big deal. Turns out I just had pneumonia, not COVID, but so I was out. So I was just like dying and rewatching a bunch of shit pretty much. I'm trying to think of like a big one that I've watched recently that I like really, really liked that. Cause I've been, I know Pat and I were just talking about for the episode, we both been playing Doom. So I've had that going on. And then I haven't really watched many newer horror movies. I think probably the biggest one that I've watched since I haven't been on was I finally watched Lighthouse. And I have so many thoughts about that one. So many thoughts about that one. I'm glad I finally watched it. It was pretty much, holy shit. Like, first off, how did Robert Pattinson and Willem Dafoe receive nothing for that movie?
Yeah.
Because that was definitely their best performances ever. Like, I mean, the only real Robert Pattinson experience I've had is Twilight, judge away. But the scene where Willem Dafoe is just berating Robert Pattinson for 5 minutes straight was one of the most incredible. And I was really high when I was watching it. So it was just going on. And I was like, oh my God, this is still going. But also like, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. Oh, true. But well, like I had to, because it was just like, I was watching it and I couldn't grasp the amount when I have no concept of time. I'm like a dog. Like when I've been smoking, it's like, I'm like, has this been happening for a really long time? And then I'll look at it's like 30 seconds later. But I actually was timing what was going on. And like, luckily I'd received a text when it started. And then I'm looking at my phone at the current time. And then the time that the rant started, I was like, he's still going. He has not broken once. And it was just amazing. Like,
That was great. What was up with all the farting?
A lot of farting.
Jesus Christ.
Never wanted to see either of them jerk off. You?
As somebody who has not seen this movie, the way that you are describing it right now is all over the place.
It is an acid trip.
The movie is all over the place. Yeah.
That's what I heard, but now I know that there's farting and masturbation.
And there's fucking mermaids. And not
I
fucking
knew about
mermaids,
that.
like fucking mermaids. Like dick and a
I knew
mermaid.
about that.
Yeah.
So, which logistically, I'm curious to see how that works.
The mermaid has a veg.
Yeah.
Yeah, like where?
In the front. The front of the tail. It's weird. Yeah, it's weird.
It feels like you're just like literally like a fish at that point, just like flopping on it. Okay, good. Can I ask, who is the person who has sex with the mermaid?
Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
Okay, I was like, I do not want to see Willem Dafoe. I do not want to see that. I love him, but oh no.
Listen, Willem Dafoe. This is probably, in my opinion, one of his best like performances ever. And the dude has had like, you know, a long career, but fucking this, like he literally, like when you looked at him, like the whole movie, watching him, like acting, his accent, like his mannerisms, everything, you believe that this dude was like a swashbuckling fucking lighthouse keeper, like everything. It was top notch. And honestly, I'm not a Robert Pattinson fan at all, but this movie fucking kind of converted me after watching it.
That's what I heard. I heard he was. I mean, just looking at him, he definitely looked the part, if nothing else. So visually, he was able to transform himself.
Yeah.
That, and also, what was the other movie that he was? Was he was a serial killer in something, wasn't he?
There's a movie that was made by the Safdie brothers, which are the guys that just did Uncut Gems with Adam Sandler. The movie that they did before that was a movie with Robert Pattinson, where he played I don't think he was a serial killer, but he was something about his brother was in somebody put a hit on his brother or some shit like that, or drug dealers are coming after his brother and he had to like defend them. And it was like a, beat the clock type deal, but he looked unrecognizable in that movie. Like he had a fucking like a crazy beard. He looked like a crackhead. But
maybe that might be what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
of,
he looks like I think the movie's called Good Times or some shit, something along those lines. It's on Netflix right now, because I got it on my queue because I still want to check it. Only because the only reason I want to watch it is because I loved Uncut Gems so much.
Yeah, Good Time. You're right. Yeah, that was what I was thinking of. Oh man, yeah. No, he looks insane in that.
I'm super impressed that Eugene, you know what's in your Netflix queue, because like I honestly I have fit in my Netflix queue from, when did I get my Netflix? Probably like 2009, I think. That I
same here.
I haven't watched because I'm like, I'll get that one. I've stopped putting things in my queue.
Well, that's the cool thing about the quarantine right now, is that I've been whittling down my Netflix queue. I haven't been adding anything. I've just been going, all right, what do I got on here? What's next? Boom, 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 and just watching. And then and then with Shudder too, because they've been adding shit like crazy. Whatever new they've been adding, I'm like, all right, boom, watch it. Been watching a lot of fucking TV.
Your mic is hitting your beard.
Yeah.
My mic is hitting my beard.
the one that you're using to talk to us, not the recording mic.
Oh.
Like every time you move, it's like bouncing around and hitting your beard, and I'm just hearing like a.
So it's my earbuds. That's what it is.
Yeah, you're fine. I just needed to make you aware of that.
Nice.
That's.
So you guys are getting to experience the beard.
Yeah, no, we're hearing it up and close. I've never heard a beard before. I didn't know you could hear a beard, but
there you go. You're welcome.
Thanks.
I don't know, Eugene, what's the craziest movie you've watched so far, like during quarantine?
The craziest movie? I don't know about the craziest movie, but the fucking one of the worst movies I've ever seen that was also a pretty fun movie. And the fact that I think when they filmed this movie, I think they went for it. Like they knew that that it was pretty cheesy. It was super cheesy. I don't know if you've seen. I think you've seen it, but it dropped on Shudder. Velocipastor.
I knew you were gonna say that, and I'm so mad right now because it was on Prime first, and people, because it's cheesy. It's Velocipastor. It is a pastor who turns into a velociraptor. Like, it's insane. God only knows. It's not even funny bad. It's just bad. I couldn't get through it.
You couldn't finish it? This movie was fucking ridiculous. And how could you not get through it? It was only an hour and 10 minutes long. Holy shit. Yeah. This movie was bad. Like, basically, the whole premise of this movie is a fucking priest thinks he lost his faith. His priest buddy tells him, hey, you want to find your faith? Go take a sabbatical, go to China. He goes to China to find himself or whatever, and he runs into a chick who's holding a dinosaur claw in her hand, and she's getting chased by a fucking ninja. And she gets shot with a bow and arrow, with an arrow through the heart. He finds her. She gives him the fucking the claw. His hand gets cut with the claw, and all of a sudden he's imbued with these fucking powers to turn into a fucking dinosaur. Now the name of the fucking movie is Velocipastor. So you would think that he's gonna turn into a velociraptor. No, he turns into a big ass paper mache midget T-Rex. It's weird. So you missed the ending then. The ending, they show the whole monster fighting ninjas. Like, it's crazy. There's ninjas, there's hookers, there's also, this movie is horrible. But again, I powered through it because it was only an hour and 10 minutes. And you couldn't do it?
I'm definitely going to go fast forward now through the entire thing so I can see that part, but everything else I can't. I was like, this is like, I understand bad for the sake of being bad. Like, I mean, obviously we know that there's a shit ton of bad out there and we fucking love it. This one I was like, why did you do this? Like, I could think of ways to make this at least watchable, but this one I couldn't.
Like, it's like whoever the guy who wrote, directed, and I think he starred in it, wrote, directed, and produced it. I feel like he just threw like everything. He was like, all right, let's just throw everything in a pot and see what the fuck's gonna work. And it's just the fucking effects are cheesy, like on purpose. Like, you know, the fucking dinosaur ends up ripping this dude's head off. And in the background, you see the head. It's a fucking mannequin head, like an actual man. Like, they didn't do anything to change it up or spiff it up or anything. Like, it's a fucking mannequin head. And it's just funny. The dinosaur head, it's like green paper mache. The ninjas aren't even Asian.
No.
Like, they're fucking Caucasian, and I think there's a black ninja, an African-American ninja. Like, there's hookers. They're like, my favorite character in the whole movie is the pimp. The pimp. What's his name? Hold on. Frankie Mermaid. And I loved it. You know, his name was Frankie Mermaid. You know why they called him Frankie Mermaid? Because he's swimming in bitches. That's why. Oh my God. That was awesome. That's it. But then, of course, you know, he goes, yeah. So then the pimp goes into a confessional and to confess his sins to the Velocipastor. And he's like, yeah, so I killed this person and I killed that person. And I did this and I smoked weed and I and I slap hookers. Da, 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 da. And he was like, yeah, I killed these two people right in front of this church. And then the Velocipastor fucking goes crazy and turns into, well, he doesn't turn full dinosaur. His hands turn dinosaur. He ends up killing the pimp. Why? Because the two people that he killed in front of the church, mind you, 2 months ago, were the priest's parents. It's just, it's weird. Like, they threw like every stereotypical trope in this movie and try to make it like super cool. And it just wasn't. The only movie that tried to do something like this, and actually I thought they were really successful, and it's not a horror movie. Have you guys seen Kung Fury?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God. A long time ago.
Kung Fury is fucking awesome. This movie, I think, tried to be a horror version of Kung Fury.
I agree with you there. Like, yeah, I will definitely agree with you there. It definitely tried it, but it's not like, I feel like they both tried too hard and not enough somehow. Like, it makes, it's not good. But on the same, I actually just recently saw Tammy and the T-Rex for the first time, so I would just like
just watch that too.
Dinosaurs.
That dinosaur looked way better than the one in this movie.
So much better.
Way better. It was kind of weird seeing Paul Walker though.
I know, little baby.
And then young Denise Richards. Peter, I was about to call you Peter. Pat, did you have you seen any of these?
No, and I'm really glad that I haven't.
Well, Tammy and the T-Rex is super cheesy. It's almost as cheesy as Velocipastor, but not as
I'm
cheesy.
Looking at Velocipastor
watch
right now. Oh my God! It's just him in a rubber suit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rubber, paper mache, like, it was ridiculous. Like, there's a scene where you see the full monster and it's human size.
Oh my God,
it's human size, and the head is so heavy that it hangs down, so you can see the person's head in the back.
Yeah,
it's an L-shaped spine. Oh my God, this looks.
And then
I didn't know Quasimodo was a T-Rex.
On top of that, there was no nudity. There was no boobs. There was no nothing. They had a fucking sex scene in it that was like a fucking MTV 1982 MTV music video. It was ridiculous. No boobs, no nothing. And you would think that a movie with hookers and prostitutes, you would see something. Maybe a nipple, something. You would see nothing. Nothing at all.
Movies depend on that stuff. Like, yeah, like, it's so bad that they add in the extra blood and gore and craziness, which that'll be my next movie. But like just the extra shit that will make up for the fact that everything else is so bad. But this movie didn't even really give you that at all. No, there was in the beginning there was one decent like over the top kill that I was like, thank you, I needed that. Like, thank you so much. Other than that, it was not.
I can guarantee you this movie was made for one reason and one reason only, and that's because the tagline is "A Man of the Claw," and they were like, okay, how can we make a movie around that?
I think they just came up with the title and the tagline, and they were like, all right.
Oh my God, this looks awful.
It's crazy. It's crazy. You got to watch it just for that, just to see how bad it is.
I feel like I've watched enough just by looking at this now.
It's only an hour and 10 minutes. I think an hour and 8 minutes, honestly.
I don't care. This looks awful. It's an hour and 15 minutes first off.
Oh, is it? Okay.
And it's from 2017. It's 3 years old.
Yeah. I guess it was like a hit too in film festivals and shit like that.
It had a Blu-ray it had a Blu-ray release. So at minimum it had to have at least done that.
Yeah, there's people that I know that actually like the movie.
Did PB, I think he was one of the people that I saw talking about
He fucking
it.
would.
Did I don't know. I don't know if he'd like this movie.
I think
it had a budget of $35,000.
Oh, it was made for 35 grand?
Yeah. They spent like probably like $600 on the suit, which $10 says it's not even a suit. It's just like from a children's museum, like one of the animatronics.
Probably,
and they just took all the parts out. Because it seriously just looks like that.
You can even see the vents between the legs for air.
Yeah. This thing looks... And they probably spent at least like $300 on the cover.
Mm-hmm. And like I said, they couldn't afford any Asians for the ninjas.
And that's it. Everybody else is just, oh man, I want to see. IMDb has this as a 5.2, Rotten Tomatoes at a 54, but 84% of Google users liked it.
Wow.
I'm gonna hope.
They're just judging it just for the cover art alone. Because the cover art is cool as fuck. Like it looks good.
It doesn't
just based
look
on
bad.
the cover art.
It looks like it should be a lot better than it is.
Yeah.
Like, I want to know how much this made. Box Office Mojo, please tell me.
Come on.
Please.
I'm genuinely curious.
For it to get distribution and for it to go on Amazon Prime and all that.
Yeah.
And there's people that like this movie, like a lot.
I don't get it, but you're right.
It's not even on fucking Box Office Mojo.
Oh, no shit.
It's not even registering.
It probably didn't even get a release then, like a theatrical release. It probably just went straight to VOD.
It didn't. It absolutely, I can guarantee you it didn't make a theatrical release. If this made a theatrical release, I'm fucking rethinking my entire life. The Velocipastor trailer has racked up hundreds of thousands of views. Ooh, wow.
Hundreds of thousands.
Thousands of views in just a few weeks. And generated must-see cult status. Okay, Forbes.
Yeah. I would.
Way back in 2010, I was trying to type Velociraptor into my phone, and it autocorrected to Velocipastor.
And that's how you got the idea for the title of the movie?
And that's how he got the idea for the movie.
And the rest is history.
And he said, quote unquote, that sounds like a movie to me.
Jesus.
Oh, wow. You know what? I can't knock it because you know what? I guarantee you he made a profit.
I mean,
I don't know how much of one.
Well, I mean, if the movie only cost 35 grand to make, then yeah.
Yeah. Like, what's weird is it looks like it was made in 2017, but it wasn't released on anything until 2019.
Yeah, that's why I got so hyped because I was today when you said 2017, I'm like I hadn't heard about this until like late last year, but that makes more sense. That is,
yeah, but it was probably making the rounds.
Yeah, I definitely 130% support you never seeing this movie. However, I say that Tammy and the T-Rex is worth the watch.
The film received funding from a private investor that the mother of the director's friend knew.
Oh God.
Jesus Christ.
Reading about this movie is more interesting to me. For 2011 to 2016, there were 2 attempts to crowdfund the film. First through Kickstarter, and then one through Seed and Spark? Never heard of that one, but that sounds like a porn site. But neither attempt succeeded. Amazing.
Shocker.
Yeah, who would have thought? Oh my God. This is interesting.
Yeah, thing is definitely.
He wants to do a sequel.
A sequel? Well, I guess they did open it up to a sequel, yeah.
He believes the world of Velocipastor is so permissible and fun.
No, not at all.
Permissible is a word.
Yes.
Permissible, it's like, okay, permissible makes it sound like, fine. Like, it's not like yeah, like, this is great. It's just like all
right.
Sure. It sounds like it's like what a mom with 4 kids, and like they're all just like poking her to like, hey, can we go to McDonald's? And for like on the drive home.
Happy meal. Happy meal.
She's just like, whatever, fine, and she pops a fucking Percocet.
Yeah, it's not. We should do this movie. It's we can do this movie.
Yeah. It's not even a we can.
Yeah,
it's just more like we could.
Should we?
We're
gonna do it anyway.
Huh. Anyway,
so that's it. Velocipastor. Watch it just for Frankie Mermaid because he's swimming in bitches.
I do not agree. I don't think you should waste your time on it. I'm actually.
I have not seen this movie, and I'm gonna pass judgment on it, saying no.
Thank you. Yeah, I just yeah. I don't want him to get any more streams or views. That's how much I hate that.
I don't know. I could probably listen to this guy get interviewed every day. I think he's starting to kind of become a Tommy Wiseau character. Type. If I'm looking at this,
I wonder
correctly.
If they have commentary.
I would watch that shit.
And I'm actually curious about. Oh my God. Okay, sorry. Continue. I got really excited. That's because I just I'm like, in my head, I'm like, there is one movie that I have watched during this quarantine that I need to talk about, and I just couldn't think of it for some reason, and it just popped in my head. So
we'll wrap up on this, and then you go next.
Was it Danzig's movie? Yeah, I knew it.
God,
oh boy.
Can we talk about Veronica? So Glenn Danzig decided that he's a director now and decided he wanted to make a movie.
Who is this?
Glenn Danzig, original frontman of Misfits.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
go on.
Well, he decided that it would be a good idea to make a movie, and we can only get it if we purchased it. So I do own Veronica. If anybody is interested in seeing it,
I am.
It's 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 one of the ones that I knew it was going to be bad, so I was okay with it going in, and it was entertaining bad, but it was still really, really,
I've
bad.
seen this on YouTube. I've seen the trailers for this. Yes, I have. I was wondering what this was. I think not Dead Meat, but I think Film Comics or somebody did a video on this, and I was thinking about watching it. It's got a 90% on Rotten Tomatoes.
90%?
But on IMDb, it's got a 6.2, so something's up.
Yeah.
It's fucking around on Rotten Tomatoes because it's definitely, even that 6.2 is being a little gracious. So
one of the autocorrect question is, what is so scary about Veronica? Got him.
Wait a minute. Is that the name of the Danzig movie is Veronica? What was the name of that Spanish speaking movie on Netflix that everybody was talking about that it was so scary? That was Veronica also?
Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong thing.
Danzig is not Veronica, it's Verotica. Like erotica, but
oh, Verotic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why. Okay, so yeah, that makes more sense as to why you're like, yeah, I've seen this before. I'm like, it didn't happen. There's no way. But so it's not one movie. It's 3 movies. It's like 3 little. It's like yeah, it's the first one. There's like this woman. She's making out with this guy. all of the actresses are porn stars, and they're all most of them are
Oh, it's one of those movies. Yeah, okay.
Oh, they are not attractive porn stars though. We made a drinking out of it, and I have the rules over there. I have to dig them up, but we made one, and we had to end up changing the rules during it because we were getting too drunk too quickly. Oh, it was
because we were going to die.
Yeah, pretty much. I was just like, ooh, I may get alcohol poisoning from this. It was it was getting dicey, so we decided to dial back on some of the rules that were just like, oh, every time you see a shitty prop, drink, something like that. Or every time you see like a skull, take a drink, because it was a Danzig movie. So the first one, it's this woman, she's like making out with this guy, and he keeps trying to go up her shirt, and she's like being all weird about it. So he finally gets her, like, he gets really rapey about it, like gets her top up, and her nipples are eyeballs.
Oh.
But they never explain. Yeah. Yeah. Like the book from Hocus Pocus, like those, but on each nip. I have so many thoughts about that, but it's just like, so she's this woman, and there's this like a Spider-Man that is that's like connected to her, so she'll like pass out, and then the Spider-Man, but it's not this spider guy. He's big, he's like gray, and he has a French accent and a French mustache.
Oh.
And
is it like a pencil mustache, one of those pencil thin French mustaches?
Why? You know what, Pat? That is a very good question that I would love for you to ask Glenn Danzig one day, because I have absolutely no clue. It offered nothing to the story. He even had he sounded like Lumiere from Beauty and the Beast. He'd have like a French accent, and it just yeah, it was so like this girl. She would with the eyeball boobs. So the guy sees them, just grossed out, and leaves, and then that's all there is to that. Nobody explains why she has eye nipples or anything like that. So every time she'll like pass out, and then this like character wakes up and kills. And it's like that. There's so many movies I've done this, and she's unconscious. It's like Pumpkinhead, where she can see him like murdering them and everything. So yeah, it's very, very weird. At one point, there's like this hooker that's like standing on a corner, and my apologies, sex worker, and there's a gentleman the Spider-Man is around the corner from her, so they're just like perpendicular to each other, not looking at each other, and he's like soliciting her, and she asks what he wants to do, and he tells her that he wants to fuck her in the ass, and then he wants to rip her head off, and then
Jesus God.
Yeah, it's like, it's the weirdest. I can't even begin to like, I don't why this happened is beyond me, but and then so like there's this woman who's in between. Actually, it was really cool. The very first scene when they go in the movie actually wasn't bad, and one of the things that we had on our drinking game was, for bad effects or whatever, you take a drink. So this first thing they do is this girl. She comes out in like this robe, really, actually a very beautiful woman, and she's like, she kills this girl. She's got her like tied up naked to like a pentagram thing. She says something cheesy, and she has like the sharp tip nails, and she puts them into the girl's eyeballs, and it's just blood, and pushes them into the skull, and it actually looked really good. So we're like, oh, we may actually be in for a good time here. Yeah, it went downhill very quickly, but
they blew the entire budget right there.
Pretty much, yeah, on her and that effect, and then everything else. They're like, well, we got to make two, so it was that thing. And then so she comes up like after that story's over, and she has like another cheesy one-liner, like the like in Creep Show or whatever, the Creeper. And then so it goes into the next story, and it is she's a stripper, but she wears like a ninja stripper. Like for some reason, she's the most clothes out of all of them. She has like a mask over her face, like just the bottom part, and she's got like a cloak on with a hood, and then she strips in that, and she has like the skull hand pasties on like her nipples, and that's how she strips. And it's like not like the guys are just like enthralled by her. I don't know, that one was, but she like, it was, again, there's a lot of drinking involved too, so I was just trying to figure out what was going on. And then the third story was another thing where they had like a pool of blood that these girls were like bathing in, and it was all just like, it was exactly what you would expect Glenn Danzig to write and direct. And the music in it was, there was some Danzig in there, but it was just like shitty metal bands that like are clearly his buddies. I was just like, yeah, we'll write a song for this. Like, it's just, oh yeah, and the Blu-ray DVD also came with the soundtrack in case I really wanted that one, which I don't, but I have it. So
I don't, but it's there. It exists.
Yeah. Do I need it? No. Do I have it? Sure. Why not? Because still listen to
the only thing that I could say, so I'm looking at screenshots of this thing right now. There's a picture of like a girl like on the ground, bloody face, and like 3 cops standing around. Mm-hmm. They didn't even bother to give the cops belts. They're just in like
gun belts?
Parties. They're just in Party City, like police uniforms.
Nice.
And just like a radio like attached to his pocket. Like there's no belt. Not even no pistol belt, no actual belt, nothing. Like they're just hanging out by a dead body.
Does the movie look like it's a low budget movie?
It looks like it should have been made on a Sony Handycam in 2001.
That's awesome.
It almost looks like a home movie.
But actually, like production wise, it's not that bad. It looks like it in the pictures, but it really wasn't like, I mean, it wasn't, because there's a lot of times where like I'll go to watch a random movie on Netflix or on Prime, and I'll watch like the first 5 minutes and see if it's like, you can tell like the sound is off, it's like echoey and like it looks cheap or whatever. Then I'm just like, whatever, I don't even want to watch this. But this one, it was like, and I mean, for the most part,
he's a musician. I would fucking hope the audio's decent.
Yeah, true.
Like, so what you're saying is that it wasn't Velocipastor.
It was not Velocipastor. It was on par with Wise, but it was also not as dreadful. But I'll definitely loan it to you if you want to watch it.
Yes, I do.
Not something I would go out of my way for ever again. Will I watch it again? Honestly, probably. I think so, but yeah, it happened. It certainly happened.
So I read something or saw a video or something about the premiere of this movie, or one of the premieres of this movie, that Glenn Danzig came out, was talking about, I guess he talked himself up and was talking about what a masterpiece this movie was and all this other shit. And then when they showed the movie, people were just dying laughing throughout the movie, and he got super insulted about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he took himself very seriously with this one, which...
That's crazy, because he considers himself a filmmaker, auteur, and all that other shit.
He looks like somebody who would do that.
Yeah.
Like right now. He looks like, again, I think we got another Tommy Wiseau type going on. Kind of looks like him too. He looks like a slightly heavier Tommy Wiseau.
He looks like actually back in his heyday when he was like in shape and stuff. Whenever like back in the day before they started like actually making comic book movies, people would always fan cast him as Wolverine. If they were to ever make an X-Men movie, they wanted Danzig as Wolverine.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I guess he
4'11".
What is he? He's 4'11".
No, not really. I'm exaggerating, but like he's like my height. He's not
he's super short. Yeah.
So it's like, why?
Well, the comics are for short too. That would make sense.
That's Veronica.
I want to see it.
Yeah. All right.
I want to see it. Yeah, I want to see it, and I want the rules to the drinking game because I want to do that too.
Well, I'll put them inside of the DVD case so that you can play along.
Yes.
It's so
He's
bad.
5'3". Damn.
5'3". Holy shit.
Yeah, he's a tiny guy. Well, I mean, vertically, he's a tiny guy. So, yeah. Have you, Eugene, this is more for you. Have you seen VFW?
Yeah.
Somebody doesn't listen to the other podcast.
Yeah, I know. That's all right. In her time away, she didn't listen. We did a huge, big review of VFW a few episodes back.
Loved that movie, so I'm glad that you
movie was the shit. It was the shit.
It was. I didn't expect to like it as much as I did. I don't know why, but yeah, I don't know. Because I know a lot of things haven't just been doing it for me lately, and especially like movies that I'm more into the monster movies, the paranormal stuff and everything. So when it's just like dudes and like dudes fighting dudes, I'm kind of over that stuff. So or
just dudes and dudes with other dudes.
Yeah, I'm just like, this is boring. Like this could happen. I don't like stuff that can actually happen. Pretty much, like, I'm just like, this is stupid. But
so you weren't expecting to like VFW. It had like that fucking John Carpenter vibe, like Escape from New York, Assault on Precinct 13. Like it had like that Carpenter, like even the score of the movie was like that synth score, like a Carpenter movie.
I don't know. For some reason, like, well, I didn't really watch. I've been with PV recently where I haven't been watching trailers or anything for things because a lot of trailers have been going very long and giving away the good parts of movies. Yeah. So I've been like bare minimum. I see that this movie's happening. I'll look it up. I'll read about it. That's it. Yeah. No more. Like, yeah. So in doing that, I don't know. So I just read this. I was like, old guys are fighting for a bar or whatever. I was excited about the characters that were in it. So I was like, the actors that were going to be in it. So I was like, all right, well, we'll give this a go. And then, oh my God, I was heaven. That movie was so good.
So good.
Yeah. I loved it. I'm glad you did it because that movie was rocking.
Yeah.
Like it just came out on Blu-ray too, and it's so good that it took PV out of quarantine and he went to the store to buy it when it got released on Blu-ray, and yeah, he got it. That was the one stop that he made outside the house was to go get VFW.
That's amazing. I did not realize that was. I love him so much.
As a matter of fact, that's funny because he texted me today and he was like, "Hey, did you pick up VFW yet?" I'm like, "No, I haven't."
Oh my God. I love it. Stay in the house, but also VFW.
Yep.
I'm gonna need to get that.
It's so good, man. Sorry. You got it. You got to watch it.
I mean, I'll probably watch it. I just don't watch movies or TV. God, I started Chernobyl and I haven't finished that. And I was really enjoying it.
Yeah.
Not horror, but
is
like I'm like, this is great.
Yeah.
It's very well made.
Yes. Yeah.
It's very well made.
Chernobyl was so good.
Yes.
So good, but
they did a good job matching the environment and the era too as well. And my God, it's essentially Russian horror.
Yeah, pretty much.
Where it's just like everybody in the show, like they talk about how like we're all gonna die in like 3 years.
And they're absolutely right.
Yeah, and they're totally true. Like one of the most heartbreaking moments is like the main doctor is talking to essentially the main politician. The two main characters through the whole thing essentially are like he tells them, it's just like, yeah, we're gonna be dead in 2 years, and like guys like, what? Like, we're gonna be, and it's like, yeah. Like it's a downer of a show.
It is, and that's the thing. Like it's so. Because you forget, like you're watching a TV show, and then I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh my God, I forgot this actually happened to actual human beings. Like this was a real event. Like it's absolutely heartbreaking, but it's like, first off, it's amazing that we can recreate this and like, record it and everything, but also like, it's amazing that this happened. It's amazing that it's an event that literally took place in human history, and it was horrible. And the things that we did do, I mean, just the scenes where everything initially happened and people were just melting. Like their skin.
The first episode, I think, is still the best.
Yes.
Like the actual meltdown itself.
Yep. It was
like is pretty much all of episode 1, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Is just dedicated to just that. There's no like aftermath to it really. It's just like the actual meltdown, and they go step by fucking step.
Yep. Exactly.
There's some hubbub about the after part, where like the episodes afterwards of like who was doing what, and then like whether or not that was accurate or if there was a little bit of bias behind it. But if nothing else, that first episode is pretty much on point.
Yeah.
Which like no, she's not like dudes get straight up cooked.
Yeah. Like, oh my God, when they're like
on screen,
when they're running and shutting doors, and then they look down and their hands are just no skin. Like I was just, oh my God, I wanted to cry. It was so
the one that I
horrible.
remember is when he goes into the guy goes in to look at the reactor, and you literally just see his skin just cook on his face like that, because there's just like all the microwave radiation just boom.
I mean,
he looks like Freddy when he leaves. Like he walks in normal and he walks out like Freddy.
Yeah.
Like and he's in there for like 3 to 5 seconds.
Yeah.
At that even. But he's in the actual reactor. Yep. No, it's nuts. It's very, even if you just watch that first episode, that is enough to.
How many episodes total was it?
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, what, each episode's like 40 minutes long, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's HBO, so.
Yeah.
Oh, so it was one of those where they had like 10 episodes, maybe 10, 11 episodes.
Yeah, it's not. It's one thing. It's a short series.
Yeah.
I think 10 episodes. I bought them all on Amazon Prime, so like I have them. And again, I think I got through episode 4. I watched like 3 or I think I watched all those in one sitting because it was very, very well done.
Yeah.
Which is weird because they don't. It's a gory show, but they don't show a lot of the gore, which I am always a fan of personally. Yeah. But the way that they shoot it is very well done.
Yeah.
Like they're just like behind a curtain and you just see the silhouette of like what's left of them essentially.
Yeah.
No, it's nuts. So
yeah.
Very well. It's not a horror movie or a series technically.
Honestly, that first episode.
It's very, especially because the first episode they don't explain anything.
Nope.
You know just as much as the people know at the time. It's not like a documentary where they're explaining everything, which makes it, it turns the show into a mystery, which I didn't expect.
Yeah.
Because then like not only is like it's plot A is them trying to stop everything from happening. Plot B is them also trying to figure out what the fuck happened.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. The first episode and then the roof scene in like episode 2 or 3. Ooh. Oh, so well done. Because it's just like a whole bunch of dudes in hazmat suits. And by hazmat suits, I mean like old Soviet gas mask. And they're trying to clear the rubble off of a building near the reactor. And they're like the build up to the scene, the actual scene, like them on the roof itself coming down. It's like the guy's briefing him like, you have 1 minute up there. If you were out there longer than a minute, you will die.
Yeah. I'm literally getting goosebumps right now from you talking about it. It was so
well. There's no music. All that only thing you can hear is a Geiger counter.
Yep.
And like a dude just like like, and then him just like fucking like they're just throwing rocks off the side of the building. And then, it's so well done. It's legitimately good. But again, as good as it is, I just haven't sat down.
I'm the same. I'm probably the same. Yeah, I've probably done the same thing as you because I'm the same way. It could be really fucking. I love Supernatural like crazy. I'm still working through like the most recent season on Netflix because I'm just like, I don't know. That's just how I am as a human being.
I just. When I sit down and watch something, it's either YouTube, but when I finally do watch a show, like I'll go through a pretty good portion of it.
So now that we're talking about
What's that, Eugene?
I said it makes me want to watch it now. It's funny because it's fantastic. Speaking about PV is constantly talking about the show. I guess he just watched it not too long ago because he got a HBO Go. But he talks about it. He actually got that on DVD too. So
I considered getting that on Blu-ray. Even having not finished it, I've considered buying that one just to have the whole series. It's excellent.
Yeah,
it's excellent.
Fuck.
Oh, the acting's amazing too. Everybody does a fantastic job. Even the extras, like everybody, or even the side characters, everybody fucking nails it.
Yeah, HBO does it right. So
yeah,
sometimes.
Except for the last season of Game of Thrones, but we won't go there. So we are talking about Pat completing things, and we were talking about this before we started recording. Doom.
Yes. I was like, where's she going with this?
I actually finished the most recent Doom before Micah and I did before we started playing Doom Eternal. Oh my god. So now that we're recording, I'm asking you, is there really a way to unlock a bigger gun than the BFC?
There is it's called the Unmaker.
The Unmaker?
It's essentially an alternative to the BFG. It uses the BFG's ammunition, It just, whereas the BFG shoots a big like ball of energy and then lightning shoots out from it that kills anything like in its path.
Okay.
The Unmaker is essentially just like a machine shotgun.
Oh, okay.
Like it's got like a big ass spread, but it's automatic, and it just fucking just shoots bullets out anywhere.
Obviously, real
you
quick,
have to.
I don't know if you noticed how much Monster I drank because I said BFC 3 times, I think, before we.
Oh yeah, no, I was just rolling with it. I was gonna let you have it.
It sounded wrong in my head, and I'm like, why is this wrong? And I'm like, oh, because I'm saying BFC, which is a big fucking can. That's big fucking can. I'm doing great. Continue.
Yeah, you nailed it.
Mm-hmm.
No, I did not use it that much. You actually have to go out of your way to unlock that one, as opposed to everything else is given to you.
Yeah, I'm a completist though in video games. Like I will get every treasure, every side quest, do like everything. So that's like a thing for me. So I mean, it's worth it.
The campaign stuff is pretty easy. It's not easy, but it's definitely easier than a lot of games. It's definitely a big part to go through and find all the toys and the records. Like there's actual records.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
like you can from the previous games that you pick up.
Yeah.
And not just from Doom games, for like all id games, so like Quakes and their Wolfenstein's got stuff in there.
Yeah, I saw some of the Wolfenstein things.
Yeah, Commander Keen. There's a Commander Keen track in there.
Mm-hmm.
But the best part is that you have a no shit Doom Fortress. It's actually called the Doom Fortress.
Really?
It's a castle in space that you go back to in between missions. And I literally was like, oh my god, is this Doom guy's headquarters? It's like a fortress of Doom. And then it just goes Doom Fortress on it. I'm like, this game is so fucking literal.
It's so
like
good.
It's all just one big inside joke.
Mm-hmm.
Everything from start to finish. It's just but you can go around and any records that you've collected, you can go and play them in the Doom Fortress while you're going around.
It's really cool. I mean, I think the game is great. I haven't played most of it. Like I've just been kind of watching like as a story and letting him play, but
it's wildly, the story is fascinating to me.
It's good from what I'm watching.
It's not there as obviously as much as other games because it's fucking Doom.
Yeah.
But it's there enough that if you want it, it's there to kind of sink your teeth into.
Yeah.
There is one big spoiler that I don't want to say that people have been thinking about since the last one.
Okay, well, can you tell me after this? Because I love spoilers.
She does.
We've discussed this many times. I love spoilers. I hate being surprised.
I'm trying to decide if I want to say, because I don't think nobody's really going to care on this one. The only thing the only say is that it's the original Doom Marine.
Huh.
From the OG Doom games.
Okay.
It is the same guy. So it's not like it wasn't a reboot.
Okay.
Like people thought it was. It's just more. And the way they reveal it is they actually pull out the helmet. And it's just like, oh shit! Like it's the helmet.
Oh my god.
And yes, and he actually is referred to as Doom Guy, and it's just like, oh my god.
Love it.
It's so good.
It's so cool.
The game is fucking hard.
Is it?
It's hard.
There are parts
it's significantly harder.
You're being swarmed. There's never like, oh my god, there's one part. I forget where we were. Oh, it was when you had to put the 3 colored things to make the giant thing go. I'm not doing
I know what you're talking about. There's this it's on Earth, right?
Yeah. Oh my god, that board with the oh my god, you like immediately, so Eugene, you go down like this elevator thing and then you immediately walk out and you just start getting attacked. And it's not just by like the normal stupid little guys that you just, one hit and they're gone. It's by like these big, like they have these giant what's it called? Like in the sky they have like eyeballs. I don't know.
The cacodemons.
Yeah, they remind me of the eyeball guy from Big Trouble in Little China, even though it's just one monster. But like those come at you. There's just like these giant things with guns for hands that take like forever to die, and there's like 3 of them on you, and it's just like it's too much. And I actually got a really good like strategy for him to use, and I was just like, all right, like I got going down, so I was able to make. But then I don't clam up, and my hands were getting clammy when I was.
It's rough.
Yeah, it's brutal.
It gets significantly easier though as you start to upgrade. It's weird. The game actually felt the opposite for me than most games, where like it was hard as tits at first, but then as the game, very hard. We're like diamonds, man.
Nice.
But it got easier as I got better and also unlocked more gear and armor and stuff.
Yeah, there's a fuck ton of
until the Marauder shows up. The Marauder can right fuck off. I hate the Marauder. Nobody likes the Marauder.
Which one was the Marauder?
He's the anti Doomslayer. Okay. He's literally the anti version of you.
Gotcha.
He fucking sucks, a fat one. I've seen so many goddamn articles written about how much he sucks now.
Really?
Like if they removed him from the game, the game would actually be better.
You think so?
I 100%. Because they even knew it themselves. Because you could tell that the way that they designed the levels, anytime a Marauder comes out, he's in his own arena. Like there might be a couple other enemies in there with him.
That's true.
But it's not like the rest of them where everybody's around.
Yeah.
He gets his own thing. So it's like they even knew like if we put him in there with multiple enemies,
you have no chance. You have no
horse shit.
Yeah.
It's horseshit because the way you have to fight him is so different from the way that you have to fight anybody else. It slows down the game. It ruins the pacing. He also just sucks. Like it's just shitty until the final boss fight, which, as I said on Instagram, the Icon of Sin can suck my super shotgun. Oh my god, it was awful. I actually did not. I hated that fight.
Really?
That fight sucked. That was a bad way to end that game. Because they did the thing where they literally just throw everything at you.
Yeah.
And that's it. Like there's no skill around it. They just throw everything at you, and every enemy kind of has like a little way of defeating them. Whereas the Icon, it's just like just shoot them.
Yeah. All right.
You shoot him in multiple spots, and then the spot blows up, and then you don't have to shoot that spot anymore. But it boils down to you just shoot them.
Yeah.
There's no anything else to it. And again, you're getting fucking gangbanged by every single enemy in the game. We're talking like 30 fucking enemies in one area at one point. That's fucking. What? It sucked. It actually did suck. It ended very poorly. I'm
actually dreading this now.
Which sucks because that last level was building up so good.
Really?
Like it was just and you're going in and you're basically chasing this giant beast down. And like there's an announcer talking through the whole game, and now she's just like talking about like, you think that the Doom guy's gonna save you, and I'm just like,
yep.
And you're just cutting your way through, and it's building up. The music's awesome, and then it ends with that, and it's just like,
which like those
because they had such good boss fights before that. There was so many amazing ones before that, so it's like, why did you end on that? Like,
but I will say, I've never been more hyped playing a game than playing the Dooms, because the music is pretty much always good for that.
I'm not a headbanger.
Yeah, well, I am
when I play Doom.
Yeah.
When Doom's on, you're just
you're jamming. Yeah, and even like like the techno dubsteppy stuff like that. Like I will never go out of my way to listen to it, but when I'm playing a video game, I'm like, fuck yes, like it's so good.
Mick Gordon does a fantastic job, and like when it's playing E1M1, which for those of you who are not a nerd out there, that's the OG Doom theme. Like if you boot up Doom for the very first level, that's the theme that comes out. And they brought it back in both of these new ones. Like that's the intro theme, except it's fucking and it's just like radio's like, we need help, everybody. It just
I'm so upset that no one can see us like we can, like no one can see you like we can right now, because that was awesome.
Oh no, this is being recorded. People will see that. Oh, it's
wait a second.
I'm not recording you. Calm down. I mean, technically I am, but we won't be using your video.
Yeah, you are.
Do you see my hands went to my hips?
Oh yes, no.
She had a stern mom stance.
Listen, buddy.
No. It's fucking
So
it's a great game.
All these people who are quarantined and have nothing better to do, if you're even a bit of a gamer, check out Doom. Yeah, get it. I actually, it was when we first got quarantined, I bought an external hard drive from Amazon, and go fucking Amazon, because I wasn't supposed to get it until the Wednesday afterwards, but I got it that Monday. So nice. I was like, fuck yeah. So then we downloaded Doom, and that was that.
It's fucking dope. The super shotgun has a fucking grappling hook on it.
I know.
That you shoot at enemies and it like pulls you towards them.
Yeah.
And then there's an upgrade
all the mods
for it.
And stuff like that are so cool.
But they did a lot better of a job with this one, with the enemies. And that the last Doom's 2016, literally I used the super shotgun the whole time.
Yeah, that was the best weapon.
It's super fun.
Yeah.
But in this one, you actually have to change up tactics depending on the enemy.
Yeah.
It feels much more like you have to recognize what's going on, change depending on what you go, switch your weapons, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
There's a fucking flamethrower now. That's dope.
Yep.
You set enemies on fire and then you can blow them up and get armor.
Yeah.
Because of course you did. But the super shotgun, the upgrade for it is that if it's fully upgraded, it also shoots fire, so you get armor from it. And if you fucking grappling hook an enemy, it sets them on fire. So you're just like, and you're like, bam! Like, you just fly towards them in both barrels in the fucking face. It's great. Oh, that gets me hard. That game's awesome.
You're hard?
Eugene's back. What?
I'm like, what? Boners?
No, the game's dope. It's not scary at all.
No.
It's not a horror game.
It's intense.
It's horror flavored.
Yes.
It's horror flavored.
Horror flavored.
It's not scary. It's not a horror game. You're not stuck in a house with demons. The demons are stuck in a house with you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like it's
badass though.
It's fucking so awesome. It's so cool. If heavy metal were a game, it's Doom.
Yeah. Highly, even if you're like just a mild gamer, highly recommend grabbing.
I don't know if a mild gamer could fucking stomach that game. Not to be like a hoity-toity, but
FIFA, stay away.
Yeah, that game is fucking insane. It's a whole lot of video game.
Yeah,
it's
you definitely worth the price. I would say I was not.
Absolutely worth the price of admission. Yes. Also, if you're an Amazon Prime member, you can unlock the Doomicorn skin, which is a unicorn skin for the Doomslayer. It's pretty dope.
What?
Yeah. It turns you like bright pink and purple, and you got a giant unicorn head. What? Yeah. It's pretty dope.
God. All right. Well, I'm gonna find
the skins for that game they're all pretty awesome. They did a good job making them everything just fun.
I haven't played around with them much. I never care enough to play around with those things, but
you unlock them some of those as the game goes on. Yeah. Most of them actually as the game goes on.
I never like change them though or anything.
Yeah. I think I changed to the old Doom skin from the last game because I really like that armor.
Yeah.
They changed the armor up a bit in this one. But and then they have for funsies the original Doom skin, except made now, which is pretty cool, which is great because I actually never noticed it, but as a demon actually tears off the clothing around his abs, so you just see like a giant 8-pack sticking through the whole time, while everything is like, okay, that's fair.
Yep,
that's fair. That's all you have to do. Just fucking that, and you just okay, all right, you win.
Eugene, what do you got?
I'm still in awe. You guys have talked about two things that I have not experienced yet. Chernobyl and Doom. Doom Eternal, right?
Yes.
Doom Eternal, yeah. I hate the fact that they named the last one Doom. Like, God damn it.
I know, me too.
But yeah, no, it's fantastic. It's fun. It's stupid fun.
Nice. Stupid fun. That's a very good way to describe it.
Stupid fun.
Yeah.
I mean, the way that you guys describe this, the game, the gameplay and everything, it almost reminds me a little bit of like Duke Nukem game.
Well, Duke Nukem ripped off of Doom, so yeah.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Wolfenstein came out, was made by id, and then id then made Doom, which they basically perfected that era of the first person shooter, and then Duke Nukem came out afterwards, and then
Duke Nukem.
Oh, it's a great game, but it's 100%.
Oh,
absolutely. It's 100% a Doom ripoff.
Yeah.
As so was every other shooter at that time was. But yeah, no, it's like the way it's total 90s video games aesthetic, except they modernized it as best they could. There's so many references. So many fucking references in that game.
Yeah.
I remember the announcer in the last level. I was walking through, all of a sudden I just heard like Lenny is God. Like, did she just like and all of it? Oh God, no, it's
they know their audience, so.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Their audience is everybody. That's the thing. That's like the one game, like hardcore, like game that literally everybody gets into.
That's very true.
Because it's fucking Doom.
It's a classic.
Like I've like some of the like. There's this one girl. She's super sweet girl, and then she plays that game. And like, I'm grinding my enemies into paste, and I will destroy them and tear them apart. It's just like it's a game that allows you to take on its themes and mood. Yeah. Very easily.
Yep.
Very easily.
Fun fact, the first one destroyed my family computer as a child because of my older sister, so.
Really? What happened? Yeah. She played it too much and just melted the hard drive?
Something like that. It was just the computer could not handle the size of the game, and it just like melted everything. Like we couldn't use it after that. My mom was thrilled.
Nice. I bet she was.
Yeah.
Fucking 14 floppy disk worth of game right there too. So, yeah.
Oh my God, I always forget that games are on floppy disks, and that one was a big one.
You can find cheat codes in the game. That's another one of the things, and they actually are floppy disks that you find. And if you find all 14 of them, you unlock the original Doom.
Imagine being a kid playing that, going like, "Wow, there's a save icon in here."
That's actually I actually heard that at one point.
No.
Yeah. It's I mean, that's okay. That's the passage of time.
I know.
But if you go into the Doom Fortress, the Doom, like there is actually like his room, and it's got like fucking guitars and shit on the wall, and it's just fucking. It's like I didn't realize that the Doom guy is a neckbeard.
Yeah.
like they totally made him into just like a long-haired dude who just lives in his basement.
Yep.
And that's the best part. But he has like an old fucking like DOS computer in that room, and there's Doom 1 and 2. That you can actually walk up and you can play them if you get everything. Yeah.
Jesus Christ. You guys really like this game.
You either love it or you hate it. There is no in between.
No.
There is no in between.
Interesting.
You can't just like kind of enjoy Doom.
Yeah.
They're like
just gonna hang out, play a little Doom, whatever.
I'm feeling it a little bit. No, you are in it to win it.
Yeah.
Or you hate it. So, and if you don't like it, I can understand why. It's a whole lot to take in.
Yeah.
It's very frustrating.
It's especially like I was at that beginning, I was frustrated.
Yes.
Up until like I realized that I finally was like really enjoying it because I was in the swing of things.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I totally understand. If you don't like it, okay, fair enough. Like,
touche.
You get it. But it's just fun. It's just fun. If a mosh pit were a video game.
Oh my God. That is actually perfect. That is the most perfect way to describe that video game.
All right, so the next movie I want to talk about, I don't know, Drew, I don't know if you've seen it. Have you seen the Poughkeepsie tapes?
Nah, I started it, but it was one of those times I started it and fell asleep immediately.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Not because it was bad, just because it was at night.
Yeah. This movie I wanted to see when it came out because they were playing trailers for it, and I remember even in the movie theaters they had a poster for it, and basically it was just the poster had the title Poughkeepsie tapes, and then it had like just a row of like hundreds of tapes, videotapes, and I was like, oh, this looks kind of neat, and it was touted almost like a found footage movie. But then when I finally watched it, because now it's on Shudder, Amazon Prime, or both right now. Basically, the movie is I mean, for people that are like into like true crime documentaries and shit, this is what it is. It's a mock true crime documentary. Basically, it's a it's basically I mean, it's kind of found footage and true crime documentary, but it's all fake. Obviously, it's about like the serial killer that they call the Water Street Butcher, and the movie starts with this little girl. They're showing like this little girl. Her name is Cheryl Dempsey, and she's like playing around. Then they show a funeral. Then all of a sudden you see they cut to like a found footage tape of the serial killer, and he puts a rope inside the ground, connects it to his car. The car takes off, and it looks like a body just comes out of the ground, and he drags it out. And basically it shows, it goes kind of like all over the place, like backwards and forwards at Tarantino, and they go back and forth. And basically the cops find his house. In this house, they find hundreds of these videotapes. It turns out 2,400 hours of tapes. And basically it was a serial killer who's going out and just, it was almost like a not as good version of House that Jack Built, where House that Jack Built, Matt Dillon played, the serial killer, and it showed his evolution as a serial killer. This was pretty much kind of the same thing, where they go through each of the tapes, and the tapes were like, his first couple of kills, how he was amateurish, and then how he started getting better and better and better. And a lot of the tapes that they end up showing, a lot of the scenes of him like torturing these chicks and killing these people, and they even show him like kidnapping like this little girl. It's kind of like, it's disturbing. It's not as gory, but it's fucked up. It's one of those things where it looks like a little too close to real life. So like you can actually like imagine, like when you watch like a real true crime documentary, they don't really show, the acts being done. Here they do. And it's fucked up. But then they go through like the whole thing. They're interviewing cops, they're interviewing witnesses, they're interviewing families, victims, families of the victims, all this shit. And it's actually pretty cool, and it's pretty kind of weird too, because they show like they try to do like what the fuck, some of this like avant-garde abstract cinema type shit, where they'll show like a scene and then they'll wash it over in like different colors, like you're tripping and stuff like that. But I honestly, I like this movie, only because I'm a big fan of found footage movies. And honestly, I think anybody who would watch or who likes watching true crime documentaries would probably dig it too. What they might not dig, I think you might dig it. I don't know so much of like the torture sessions and the killing scenes. I mean, for me, I like them because I'm a fucking sick freak. But they might be like a little too strong for your average normie. But all in all, fucking, I don't know. I liked it. I thought it was good. And even, I mean, they even go like in the credits, the first few screens of the credits, they still treat it like it's real. Almost kind of like the Blair Witch thing, like when they did that, they did the marketing for that. That's how they do it for this movie. So the last couple of screens of the credits, they still play it off like it's a real thing, like it's a real serial killer, real victims, because it starts like thanking the victims' families, saying they're sorry, all that other stuff. But yeah, all in all, I mean, if you're a fan of fucking found footage, and if you're a fan of true crime docs, the Poughkeepsie tapes, I think they came out back in like 2009. And
2007, it looks like it was at a film festival, and then it actually was released in 2017.
Oh, it actually released in 2017 on VOD though, but not in the theaters. Because I don't think it ever came out in the theaters.
It was originally slated for 2008, but it was removed. So no.
Yeah, I wonder why it got removed. Was it because it was considered too strong, or what?
I can look into it real quick. In spite of it was advertised to be released.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, there was a poster in the movie theater lobby when I saw it, and I was like, "Oh shit, that looks cool." And then when I saw the trailer, like some of the shit like that follows the serial killer when he's doing some of his killings or some of his abductions, like it's pretty funny kind of because he takes his camera everywhere. So someone like the views, the point of views of the camera, it's kind of weird. Like, why is he going to put a camera in front of a chick's face while he's chloroforming her? Or it's kind of weird. But I mean, all in all, though, I dug it.
It doesn't look like there was a reason given. Yeah, it doesn't look like there was a reason given. Just that they were trying to get a certain release and they just didn't get it for whatever reason.
Huh.
So. Who knows?
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
but
this is a movie that I've
been I think it said it's out on Amazon Prime right now if you have subscription. So,
yeah,
it looks interesting. I like by interesting, like, you know, obviously, and in the weird as hell way.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll end on continuation. Resident Evil 3. Since we didn't get to talk about it last time, I've been playing that now.
There you go.
Since Doom is done. And it's good.
It's good.
It's good.
I downloaded the demo for it.
The demo is like probably the best part of the game is that first section. Not in a bad way. It's just that like that's the like you're out in the city, you're ducking in and out of buildings. Like it went from the haunted house of like RPD to like there's alleyways and then cars everywhere. Zombies coming in and out of them. It's much more of an active apocalypse or outbreak as opposed to it being done. That being said, the fucking Nemesis sucks, and he just needs to get taken out of the game. It's not like Mr. X where he's just like, it's a chase.
Yeah.
You actually have to fight the Nemesis a lot.
Oh, is it worth me getting?
Yes. It's 100% worth it. Yeah.
Okay.
Tell her about the crush you had on one of the main characters.
What's that?
Tell Drew about the crush you have on one of the main characters.
Oh, yeah, that didn't make it into the last one. Okay, so... I'm trying to figure out exactly how to. Let me finish my little my stint on it first, and then I'll go into that.
All right.
Because that needs to be a whole other separate thought. But it's a lot actionier, which is what Resident Evil 3 was. I'm enjoying the fact that everybody's having the same reaction to this one as they did when it first came out, which is it's Resident.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not bad. It's the exact same reaction when it first released, which when you have 2 come out, and 2 was awesome. The remake of 2 was amazing.
Yeah.
It was fantastic. And then 3 came out. The gameplay is the same, except they gave you a dodge button. Fucking thank God. Yeah. Which is actually the one thing that I wish they had in the previous game. Because there were so many times that I was like about to get through a door or like just about to make it out, and then you see a zombie reach up and there's nothing I can do. I can't fight him off or anything. In real life, all I would have to do is literally just and he would miss me. But in this, there's nothing. Whereas now it's all it is just like a quick little thing, but it's just enough. It's just enough. It's perfect.
What you need.
It's not nearly as scary. Not even close.
Yeah, I mean the demo
not even close.
Was okay, but
that's the spookiest parts of the game so far, at least. Maybe it'll change later on, but like the game starts with him Kool-Aid Manning through your apartment wall.
Oh, really?
Which is like close to what happened in the original, but I mean that sets the tone for the rest of the game.
Oh yeah, that's sick.
So.
All right.
Whereas 2 starts with you just on your own at a gas station, and it just has that slow burn as you work your way back. Whereas this one is literally just like, boom, I'm here.
Yeah.
And you escape outside. There's people running and fire everywhere and gunfire. So, like, it's cool to see it actively happening, and them do that is a pretty game.
Yeah.
Oh, it's pretty looking.
Right,
it's gorgeous.
You've convinced me.
If you want to, you could probably wait a bit.
Yeah. Well, I still
wait for the price to go down.
So.
Yeah. So I don't think they're going to drop the price anytime soon, but if they release a version of it without the multiplayer thing, which I haven't played yet, if the multiplayer thing wasn't attached to the game, I would not say it's worth $60.
Yeah, that's what I don't really do things multiplayer. Like I don't play online. I don't.
It looks interesting.
Yeah.
I'd be curious to look into it, but when it's done, but it feels like an expansion to 2. It feels like this should have been a paid thing that should have been added onto 2.
Yeah.
Because it's super short. It's 5-6 hours long.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not 2 campaigns this time around. It's just the one.
Yeah.
That, and also in 2, it felt like I was always scrounging for ammunition, whereas in this one, it feels like I always have enough.
Yeah, I have heard that one too.
It like there's definitely points where it's like, okay, I don't have as much as I would like, but I've always felt equipped for every encounter that I went into, no matter what they were. So, no, it is what it is. But as Eugene said, I have a particular attachment to Jill Valentine.
Oh, that's fair.
Shit. That just hit me now. Have you seen all the remake stuff for Final Fantasy VII?
Yeah.
We're not doing Geeks That Live. Dude, the entire internet's horny for Tifa Lockhart. It's great.
Oh my god, everybody's always been horny for Tifa.
Yeah, but they did a great job with her other remake.
Oh,
they actually made her look...
I'm sure she looks much more voluptuous now.
Actually, no, she looks... Nope. They actually have tightened things up a little bit. No pun intended. Anyway, there's that. God damn it. I like how I'm embarrassed about it, and yet Eugene will talk about
anything.
Anything. Usually so am I, but for whatever reason, this one's very personal to me.
I feel like if he didn't have the red light on him, he would be blushing right now.
The room is red.
The room is red, and you can still see him blushing.
I guarantee that I'm blushing.
Hell
when
yeah.
you're as pale as me, any blood pressure. Yeah, that's why I'm drinking. You can't tell. You can't fucking see the difference. Yeah. Anyway, so let me see the first. So, how familiar are you with the Resident Evil series? Before we kind of go into that,
me or Eugene?
Yeah, I kind of know with Eugene, but for the audience, sure, we'll go with both of you.
Yeah,
relatively. Okay, and Eugene, you're pretty familiar as well.
Yeah.
Also, coincidentally, they just there's reports saying Resident Evil 4 is being remade now, and the entire internet just pretty much went.
Ugh.
Could you not?
Yeah.
Two I can understand.
4?
3 I can understand.
Which one was
4 you can still play now. Also, 4 is known as one of the best games.
So why are they redoing it?
Because I think they're just going down the line now. Honestly, I think as I described to Eugene before, you know the end credits to Deadpool, where he's just going around cleaning everything up.
Yep.
I feel like that's what they're doing with Resident Evil now, because they're fixing all the dialogue, making all the characters not insane, and basically just cleaning up the timeline. And I think that's what they're doing with this, because my God, Resident Evil 2 came out in 1998. 3 came out in 99. So, a lot of people, and they're still using that story as the basis for everything going on now. So people there are people playing Resident Evil 7 that weren't born when 1 came out.
It's weird.
So I was like 5 when that game came out.
Jesus.
So.
Jesus.
Yeah.
You're so young.
I said that just for you. I said that just for you. But speaking of baby, oh man.
What's going on here?
So it didn't hit me so hard the last time. Why is it easier for me to was it easier for me to say it the first time than this one? Maybe because I So I see now the Resident Evil remake came out in 2002. I played it around 2005-ish, just to give you a timeline. So I was roughly 13-ish, 13, 14 range. And I got a little bit of a crush on Jill Valentine. By a little bit, I mean all of it. And the best part is at this age, I didn't know why. Just that I did. And yeah. So basically she was my first crush.
My God.
In a weird way. Which is better considering the fact that there actually was a model like that she was based off of. Her name is Julia Voff. She has a great Instagram.
She's great.
The best part is that she still dresses up as Jill every so often just for funsies, and I'm like, like little 14-year-old me, like his heart just stops.
Like it's stopping right now. You actually said funsies.
Funsies.
Yeah. I can see like like his facial expression is showing me how much he's blushing. Like I love it so much.
It's there. I'm feeling it now. I officially feel it now.
It's his longest running crush. That's amazing.
It's honestly, yes. I would say that is the case. So when they all of a sudden announced 3, I just went,
yeah.
All these years later. No, the game's pretty.
Yeah.
It looks gorgeous.
From what I've played so far, it looks fantastic. So, all right, I'll pick it up when it's a little further down the line.
If it drops to like $30 or $40, I would say unless you were a hardcore Resident Evil fan, which I am. But if you're not, I would say hold off on it. Even I'm like, this feels like an expansion. It doesn't feel like a full thing. It's still good. I'm not trying to talk shit on it, but the base material isn't as good. Like there's not much more. That's the problem with just doing remake after remake is, I mean, obviously you can make it better, but you're still restricted to certain things based off of the original source material.
Gotcha.
So it is what it is. But yeah.
All right. So I guess we're gonna end this right here on Pat's boner for Jill Valentine.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. Well, this was awesome. Again, I just can't. Yes, it was, man. Yes, it was.
Was it
yes,
awesome?
It was. We'll see how this pans out after all your trickery and your editing. But
all of that section's getting edited
guys.
out.
So hopefully you guys enjoy this episode. I know I enjoyed the episode. Horror Delilah, since you're back, do you want to take it and close us off? You can reach us at
just so everything's still the same, Pat?
For right now.
All right.
Yeah,
all right.
All that stuff is still the same.
You can reach us at terratrio.podcast@gmail.com. We are also on Instagram at Terratrio Podcast and Facebook and Twitter as well. Well, Twitter's just Terratrio Pod, right?
Terratrio Cast.
Terratrio Cast.
Yeah, Terratrio Cast.
So that's about it. So hit us up. I'm back.
Yeah.
I may consider responding to some of you, probably not. But other than that, I don't know.
We may deign you with our presence.
But, I don't know. I missed you guys.
Yes, and everybody missed you too. So that's it for Terror 51. I'm Eugene, producer Pat, and Horror Delilah signing off. Love you guys. Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.